We're live. It's Coding with Fire. We're a little bit late. I'm sorry about that. But it's Tuesday night, and we're going to do the thing that we do.
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm EJ. That's my name.
I mean,
it says it right there.
That's my name.
Yeah, and we write code and make it do things. For example, this bizarre thing that Ian has up on his screen, I guess that's a great place to start to explain who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
So what is what is this? What even is this?
Right. So we have a voids simulation, which was something that we played with in a previous stream. I think I have to go back a couple notebooks actually. I had the 3D one open already. Sorry. Even this one doesn't explain it.
You have to keep digging deeper for it to make any sense.
But this, this kind of shows the history of the show in a way, right? It's like we make something, we figure it out, because originally you wanted to make contours for the stream intro.
Oh yeah.
And which was appreciated by Blue Radon earlier.
Yeah, we should definitely do that still. We basically did it and then never implemented it. But yeah, that was the original inspiration. Is I was designing the new season look, right? And I I really like these topographic vibes that you see in the background. And I was like, it'd be even because in the last season we had the background that was controlled by the audience and it was animated. So it was like, it'd be cool if we hadn't, I wouldn't even think about the controlled by the audience part, but it'd be cool to have like an animated topographic background. It was maybe a little bit slower than that one is.
Yeah, yeah. And so we got this simulation of the Boids from another notebook where we link here and put the D3 contour on it and got what we wanted. And then we kept forking it and messing with it. So we like changed the colors, made it 3D. So it's actually
that one's so cool.
Advanced simulation.
That one's like the most Seussian feeling, I feel like.
Yeah,
that one has
like
a real cartoony vibe.
Yeah. So, and then something that I wanted to share, because we worked on this afternoon, but basically got it so that you can hard code the contour, like something about the contour thresholds.
Oh yeah.
That keeps it sort of smooth, so like it doesn't pop. Like in our previous ones, you can see there's sort of like popping in and out of some of the layers. So with that, we can, I think, make more consistent animations.
I should tell the real story, which is that I'm currently working on a client project that also involves contours. And like the deadline is Thursday, and I was like freaking out today because the client really needed the contour lines to be smooth. And it's for like a completely different data set, completely different application, but like the same like contour, logic at the base of it. So Ian sort of saved my life and found a solution to make it smoother. But it's nice because that solution also ripples out and then impacts all the other notebooks we use that had D3 contour.
I kind of want to go back here and do...
Are you going to backport your new learnings?
Like all the way back, yeah.
That's kind of funny, actually.
I think we can just do in one go here. My Boids, contour, threshold. So you just replace this, the function, and then it returns the thresholds we specify. And if they match, yeah, so this is pretty much the answer. It shouldn't.
That feels a lot better. Because remember when it used to go off the screen, it used to like freak out while it like rotated through Y space, and now it seems to handle that a lot better.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. And we could change the thing that we hard coded. But effectively, that's like...
Wait, can you do me a super duper solid and fork this, and then we'll make our background real quick?
Sure.
Since we're here, while we're talking about it, it'll take like 2 minutes, I feel like.
Let's do it. Void contours, stream background.
Great.
Right?
Yes, sir. And while you do that, I'm going to go into the design and pull out the hex codes.
Put this in the chat.
Oh, I want to stand up.
Nice. All right, so we probably, like, for the background, you don't see the little blades, right?
No, you don't want to see the blades.
Yeah, so those, well cute little humps. Okay, so I need to set, basically I'm not setting the stroke style to anything.
That notebook is in the chat.
Just put the notebook in the chat.
Awesome, because I will plug in background color and line color into it based on the design that's already in the background. So I'll call it stroke color. Whoops, that's not right.
I didn't say that. Set the color here. You could set the color here.
There we go. But it needs its hex. Great.
So,
then BG color equals. What does the background color equal? It's like a nice dark blue. Let's see. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 1 There you go. Hey, we did it.
Like
yeah,
that?
exactly. And then I want it like 5 times slower.
Okay. So it's currently tick. Right now it's just constantly going. So how do we make it slower? Was there a... Oh, there was a speed.
Does it have like a move amount? You know what I mean? Oh, Hell on Earth has shared a bunch of really cool color schemes in a notebook. Oh yeah, we should just start stealing from this for sure. This rules. It's from 2019. I like his palette too. This like angular palette is awesome.
I don't know what's up with all this speed stuff. It's confusing me. Yeah, so you just want to slow it down. How did we do that last time?
Can you edit, boy? It's not max speed?
Well, it's a tick, so I mean, we could also, let's see. This did not seem
I'm gonna
good.
try putting back the music, but like real subtle. So if people hate that, let me know.
There, I can just wait a few milliseconds and it will be like a slower frame rate, I think. It doesn't look any slower, really.
It does not look much slower. Isn't there a place where we change the X and Y of the Boids though? That's slower, but not in a good way.
Yeah. This is also slower, not in a good way.
Yeah, we don't like this. I mean, it's not the worst thing. I don't want to waste too much. It is like nerd sniping. But what I would do is just wherever you change the X and Y, like times it 0.1 or whatever.
Where does it do that?
It's like not in this notebook. It's like in the Boyd's notebook we include, I feel like.
Yeah, is there not like a direct way? I think this changed.
Do we like have our own tick where we do things?
We could look at the Boyd's notebooks. Let's see. Because there might be an option on it that's like... the inch of the tick. We could also just not tick as often.
No, I like how often we tick. I just want them to make smaller movements.
The speed is pixels per tick.
Yeah. Pixels per tick.
So do we just have it set high? Where's this? No, we have it as like less than a pixel per tick, so how can it be?
So I want less than a pixel. Yeah, this is better. Slow in a good way. More or less, please. I'd like have a lot more or less. Too much less. Something weird's happening. It's getting real twitchy.
Let me remove that delay thing.
Because that's so close to being what I want. Oh, Blue Radon likes it. I don't like the twitching.
Yeah, it is doing that twitching.
Is it because of the values that you
Unstable.
locked in? Like if we just bump up your values a little bit, would that fix it? Like it's bouncing between. Eh.
I think it's going too slow, and the update is, let me look at this. Velocity. Add. That seems weird. Yeah, so this is like,
Oh no. The connection is poor on Skype, which means I have to pretend to be a useful person while Ian reconnects. I'll just do this. Ian, when he comes back, will hopefully have some method of making the lines slower, and then when that happens, the next step is, as you see all around us, is like a static version of those lines. I need to replace that image with like a browser that looks at a full screen version of just this cell, which we've done before, but I don't exactly remember the right way to do it. So we'll see if I can make that happen. I'm gonna call Ian back. It's very hard to do a show without him, as you guys can imagine.
Hello.
Hey, you're back.
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, time to find
I'm
your
on
old
my-
notebook, indeed. You're on your
On
iPad?
my iPad. I don't know if my what's on my computer.
You're like calling into the show.
I'm calling into the show, and then on the iPad, can't see anything. Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got to reboot again.
Yeah, give it a restart. I was just talking. I don't know if you've been watching the show, but I was just talking about the next step after we get these lines smooth is to turn this cell into like a full screen website, which I'll then embed as the background. And so I was just thinking about how I don't exactly remember how to do that. And then Blue Radon said that I should find the old notebook, and that's a great place to start, I think. So I'm gonna find...
Observable also made a better embed feature since then.
Oh, really?
So it's like from a cell, I think, or definitely from the notebook.
I have to name it.
You can, get a UI that gives you the code to just like, throw it in that HTML site or React app or whatever.
All right, so I'll make it line embed, and then I can hit the embed button. And do I want iframe or runtime with JavaScript?
Probably iframe for this. Yeah.
Really?
For the purpose
Okay.
of this.
And I don't want all the like observable Chrome on it.
Oh, yeah. I guess if you do runtime.
Yeah, I'll do
runtime.
runtime, and then I'll put it into like a static HTML file that I just made in Vim. But then I was also looking up an HTML5 boilerplate because I don't remember how to write HTML anymore. This one has a bunch of garbage in it. I don't know why. So let's open it in VS Code because it's a bunch of stuff. So we have index.html, a bunch of HTML nonsense, and then we're going to copy in the embed code from observable. Copy, great. And put it into the body instead of this garbage. And we don't want the credit. And then we'll save, and then we'll make a terminal. And then we'll do my new favorite way to make servers now. I'm over Python simple server. The new hot stuff is MPX HTTP serve. You all heard it here first. We're 10th, who's to know?
All right, I think my computer's back. Sorry, I was just seeing that.
All right, do you want me to
try to call you back?
Okay, you want to try to do like a little seamless switch like we practice off air?
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. All right. I don't know. Oh yeah, worked real good.
Nice.
Welcome back. Sorry about your computer problems.
Thank you. All right. So you figured out the embed code, right?
Sort of. I'm having some issues right now, but I think they're just related to this template I started from not being very good. I suspect, maybe. It doesn't seem to be working. Line embed. Like, I don't see anything on the page. Do I have to style it? Like give it a width and a height and stuff? Or it should from... Actually, let me tell you something. In the preview, there's no image if I do line embed as the embed.
Oh, then we want... That's weird. So that's a problem.
That is a problem.
I don't know why that would be, though. Says while true and it's yielding, we could try, well, for this one, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be doing that. It should just be showing. If I embed this.
Blue Radon says, did you hit publish? That's which is a great point. Republish. Thank you, Blue Radon. Now let me do embed. Line embed. Oh, it's different. Cannot set property inner HTML of null. Yeah, what's that all about? Do you have to do like a let? Or no, you don't. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, right? Cannot set property inner HTML of null.
Yeah. So it's something about the way it's doing that line embed. It didn't like, so I'm creating a canvas on context 2D.
Maybe it needs myboids because it uses myboids the width, or...
Well, I'm also just going to try like, you don't while and yield this.
Or if I just do the entire notebook. Yeah, if I do the entire notebook, it works in the embed. So I'm just going to take things away. Or, sorry, add things until it works.
I tried that, it didn't seem to work.
Well, when I do entire notebook, it shows up.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it's something about the way that it's adding to the DOM, maybe? Which it shouldn't, like this seems like a... Oh wait, I have to republish. Let me see. Republish this. And then... No, still says it.
All right, I'm over it. You want to play with some COVID data?
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of that. And this will be the stream background next time, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because we have some really dope data, so I want to like go through that a little bit.
Yeah, let me close some of these tabs. And
Wish I had more water. Can I get some water real quick? Is that allowed?
yeah. I'll share this link in the chat. You go get some water. This is what we want to look at today. I think that it will, be interesting to visualize. It's a lot of hospitals. I will pull up where I first saw it while EJ is getting his water. No water till the code works. Yeah. Just transform coffee into code. And all right, so the healthdata.gov has this really granular data set. And this.
All right, I'm back and I'm hydrated.
Nice. I'm kind of expecting to be able to do something like this to start, right?
Yes.
Like see.
That's like the starting point for sure.
Yeah, see all the hospitals.
Oh no, I didn't see that. The chat said no water till the code works.
Oh, nice. So Blue Radoms had this for South Carolina.
Oh, interesting.
State. Do you have any notebooks that you can put in the chat? I can look at it.
Yeah, definitely want to check that out. Nah.
Oh, okay. Maybe soon, next time, sometime. Yeah, because I mean it is quite a lot, right? Like, so let's take a look at it.
Well, that was part of the interesting thing about doing our mise en place for this data, is that it is a ton at first glance, and also in reality, but also at first glance.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because something that Helen Earthers was saying earlier. Is that like he used a zip file to compress something and unzipped it in the notebook because it was like 40 something megabytes. So
what?
This data set.
I'm sorry. Yeah, what? That's fucking crazy. Who did that?
Helen Earthers.
That's fucking sick. Shout out Helen Earthers. That's awesome. So you zip it up and you unzip it in the notebook?
Yeah, he says it's a little slow to like process, and I've seen Phil do this before in the past too.
That's gangster.
But yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I could have gone that route. What I ended up doing was we wanted to split it out and get all the hospitals because they have addresses but not lat long, right? We want lat long.
Yeah, we need that to do our
circles,
mapping.
And circles is what we do, right? We make circles.
All about them circles.
Let's make circles. And then, we trimmed it down. So these records, basically, it has the unique key of the hospital, but then it has all these metrics that they have collected right in this data set, which go by week, it looks like.
Yeah, did you group them by week already?
No, I didn't do anything like that. I grouped them by hospital. I just looked at like how many counties, right? Like there's FIPS codes, so we can look up.
Gotcha.
Basically, the FIPS code or group them by that if we want to.
Can we roll up into hospital and then hospital into time, I guess? Is that right?
Yes. So I think, here I just filtered, for example, if I filter one hospital, you can see it goes like each record is a week. So it's like a number for that week.
Everything basically in that array. So I guess we want the latest array, the 0 of it. It looks like the first thing in the array is the latest. Because we just want we can certainly roll up. Yes, indeed. We need to roll up what's the right way to do it though? Because we want to make a map of what it looks like today. Let's talk about that. What do you want to make a map of, Ian?
Well, I kind of like, when I look at these things, it's like I just want to see something on the screen, right? So I think we should I want to see all the hospitals, just like where they are for starters, right?
Love it.
And then there's going to be like a lot of metrics to choose from. We want to see them.
All right, so just roll up by hospital first, right?
Yeah. So like there's like a thing where it's like we can just keep seeing more, right? Keep going. So.
And you already did that sort of, but you summarized it. You did like hex code when you your D3 roll of how many events per hospital.
Yeah. Oh, it's using the hospital's like primary key or whatever. Like it's the unique identifier from the data set.
Got it.
So we're just counting how many events there are. So there's 18 weeks it goes back. But yeah, you're right. So when we group it, instead of rolling it up, you can see them. All right. So yeah, let's fork this and start making some maps. And we can also use, like I have the county data map, right? So it's, we can get our base map, we can get our, like, some boilerplate code. All right, so let me pull that up.
Blue Radon asked if it has data back through August, and it looks like back through July 31st. At least in the hospital that we looked at.
Yeah. Come on. I swear I have a notebook that is county data. That's this one.
So wait, did you fork the HHS hospital data notebook?
I did,
Okay.
but I have not shared it at all, and that is selfish of me. I'm sorry.
Thanks, I want to touch it.
All right.
Visualizations, yes indeed.
And
So
shouldn't move these to the end. I should probably close more tabs. So I want to probably draw some states, and this uses SVG. Actually, let me find an example that uses Canvas. I thought I was going to change most of this. Post offices, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to grab this because I know that's. And this will be with. Did you make a height already by any chance?
I did not.
Okay.
Are you making a canvas? Oh, look at you, fancy, fancy.
Yeah, I'm copying from this thing. I should get that smooth canvas. Or you always pull up the
Yeah, I
smooth
got you.
canvas.
It's kind of my thing now.
Yeah. Should really make that like a button or something.
Mm-hmm.
Import these things. Let's see. And this should actually be hospitals. Yeah, it's latitude and longitude, all caps.
Oh,
Okay.
holy
Little
shit,
dots.
bro.
Really tiny.
That's a map of where people live in the United States.
Yes. Publish that.
You did a great job, a truly incredible job. And now, can I ask you, can you make their whiteness, like, can you make their color a scale from black to white, with the white being the most filled and the black being the least filled? but don't let it be full black at the bottom. Make it like, 98% black, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I can do that.
Wait, I can
allow
help.
me. Yeah. I was gonna figure out that first image is a 1, 1.
So I don't know what the range is yet, but I know I want the domain to be like.
1, 1.
Actually, does a good interpolate grays. I would like to use.
And the scale, yeah. This is already going to go into our little pipeline, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This notification.
Arrow's like, yeah, Arrow doesn't see what we see in our imaginations yet, but I swear to God, if you give me 10 minutes, you'll be like, you'll see what I'm talking about.
We could translate. Let's see. Where are you going? Where are you looking?
I'm trying to remember how to do a scale with interpolate, because I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I search it every time.
It's coming back to me. It's scale sequential. You have to put it in the scale sequential. I know you guys were all screaming that at your screens, but I can't hear you. All right, so now color scale, you give it a number 0 through 1, and 0 is gray and 1 is white. So now we need a metric normalize.
Right. So what we want to do is, the hospital's IPK, each of these, the HHS one we want to group into some, I thought I did that. Oh, that was a roll.
Cool. So I made two functions. I'm telling the viewers more than I'm telling you, Ian. I made one that accepts a number 0 through 1 and then gives you the corresponding. I chose gray, but you could use any of these crazy color scales, which we might want to do in a little bit. But we're going to start with gray for reasons that I'll explain momentarily. But to get a number from 0 through 1, we need to normalize it, which means we need to know the extent of the date of the metric that we're going to look at, and we haven't even really decided what that metric is. So do you know what metric we can use to stand for fullness, or are we going to have to make it?
No, yeah, we can look at that. Let's look. I was trying to find. I had one particular hospital filtered. This one. So it might be something like adult hospital beds, ICU. I think they have ICU inpatients, ICU beds used.
All adult hospital inpatient beds, some of these look like numbers. Total beds 7-day average. What we want is ICU percentage filled, ideally. The percentage of the ICU that's filled. I don't know how to get that. There's so many metrics.
There's an occupancy. Staffed adult ICU bed occupancy is 6%.
Yeah, that's what I want. Staffed adult bed occupancy. Or ICU beds used. I guess that's a total number? Or percentage?
Is it a number? At least there's the bed. Yeah, that might be a number. Just number of beds.
Because I see some with decimals in other places that are 10.0, and my guess is those are percentages. So if it doesn't have a decimal, I'm assuming that it's a real number. All of those are assumptions.
Yeah, I'd love to know. I think there's oh yeah, that's right. There's a FAQ that goes with this.
Oh, cool. Thank you for the kind words, Arrow.
Yes, thank you. Data reliable, that's fine. Trust you for now. Other hospitals. There's several large groups that are not represented. That's good to know.
Well, I guess, sorry, can you start making an extent and we'll pass a metric into it and we can sort of figure out if it's a percentage or not?
Fair enough. I think we'll choose, yeah, let's just choose ICU beds and then look at, well, and there's also total, there's an average, yeah, we'll compare average to average, right? So let's take, well, there's going to be something in each one of these. You might want to use that, and then might want to use the average number of beds, total.
You say, do you see total ICU beds 7-day average? I think that's what I want. Or ICU beds 7-day average.
There's total and used. So those are, which one did I get before? Total ICU beds. Okay, that one's I want the used ones. Yeah, there's so much here, like. Alright. So the extent you want is, I guess we can do it here. We'll say extent, extent, hospitals, D, and we'll just use the 0th one, I think it is.
Sure. I made you an interesting metrics cell. I'll put it up here.
Okay, nice. What we should have then too is this, like metrics equals. Then you could loop over them in the markdown as well. Okay. Undefined is hospitals. Hospitals what I want? No, it's not hospitals. It's events by hospital. Okay, didn't want that.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be.
Seems like an absolute number to me.
Let's see, and so metric would equal, I should get a select, but let's say metrics. So the domain would be extent and fill style would equal metric.
But hold on, because we don't want them to be relative to each other, right? Because that just is another map of where people live, right? Like we want to find.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. Like we want to find. Like right now, we're doing. What is it? The first one. Total ICU beds. Oh, sorry. We have all the pieces here. So we have total ICU beds, and then we have beds used. So we just need to get the percentage out of those two numbers, and then visualize that, right?
Yeah.
That's all right, Blue Radon. We forgive you. For this time only.
So there should be color scale. Didn't like that. What did I do wrong? Cannot read buffer 0, undefined. Events 0. What is events? I say events by hospital that gets 18 of those. Oops. I guess if not advanced. Right. Oh, it's not P, it's D. Okay, so it's sort of not working. Or the metric is so out of whack. I say 0 to 10.
Yeah, still nothing.
Are we sure? So color scale, can't you pass it directly into a linear scale or something like that?
Yeah, maybe for the range.
Yeah, probably have to look at again in a second. Maybe publish this. So I'm setting the fill style to this. So
And also might be
unless
one
I did
minus.
something wrong.
Because that should make
Hospital.
something show up.
I think it's actually, yeah, hospital PK should be there. Oh, and this should be events 0. Still nothing shows up. And let's see. Still, oh no. Okay, so something about the way I'm doing this, it's not
There you go.
right. But then they're all. That's just making them all white again.
Got it.
Um. Okay. That's not the colors. They're all the same color, right?
Yeah, do you want to make it like a color scale so we can see it more better? More better.
I think I'm not like getting the events, so let's see. I'm gonna say slice 10 of these and do log d events. Undefined in every case.
Oh, I see
Huh.
5 dots.
I have a typo.
Oh no.
It still doesn't work.
Okay.
Hospital K.
I still see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, there would be a couple dots. I sliced it down, but why isn't? Oh, is it getting the events now? Sometimes. Okay. So if I don't console log. Oh, I'll do this. Yeah. Unslice them.
Why are you? Yeah. Why are you? Yeah. There you go, buddy.
All right. Cool.
So let's make them gray again, right?
Yeah. Why is it not gray? Because
I made
it
them
changed
not
the
gray. But now we have to do now we need to do the total versus
backwards?
used again, right? Oh, is it
Oh
backwards?
no, but oh, hang on. I didn't do extent. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So cool. We're back seeing our dots. Nice.
It doesn't seem like they're different though. Like I feel like we lost. Like I'm gonna put the rainbow back. Yeah, they're all. Oh, I guess because none of them reach the. Only like one of them reaches the top.
Yeah, it's like a very high extent for some reason.
Because this is the total. We're still not showing percentage used, right?
We could.
There should have been
I
need to map through each of them and add like percent used, which is total ICU divided by IC beds used times 100 or 0.1 or however percentages work.
And so the thing that we're going to be looking at is metrics, total staff. No, it's not total staff that we want. I think it's ICU beds used.
Yeah, beds used divided by total beds.
Okay, so that's metrics.
Blue radon in the chat. Times 100, right? I think.
Yeah, total is. Yeah, this would be like I think times 100 is percent. Yeah. And so what we really want to do is say, instead of metric, we would call value unexpected token. Did I miss a? So then here we also need to get the value.
It doesn't. Blue Radon's asking if they have non-averages in the data, and it doesn't seem like they do. Like it seems like we're gonna have to make it ourselves.
All right, that seems to be like.
Yes. Yes, there's so many different directions we could take it from this point. For example, I'd love to make them sized by their total number of beds, the thing we were just doing, and then feed it through our bubble rearranger force layout.
Oh shit! Okay.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, see that.
The other pathway is that what I really want to do is I want to take this and put it into my 3D app with the grays, and that'll make spikes. Can we do that real quick, and then I can work on that while you do the next part? It'll only take a second, I think.
I love it. I want to do that.
So I'm going to turn it back to gray, and I'm just going to tune this a little bit so it makes a better 3D base map. So I'm going to let the R equal 3, even if they overlap. Oh, they're fucking squares, huh? That's fine with me. Can we sort them by their size so that the biggest ones are at the top? Or the ones with the highest metric are at the top or something like that?
Absolutely. Let's see. So we would say we return. So you want the highest value is last, right? It gets drawn last.
Yeah, exactly.
So value A. No events. I gotta do.
And then once you do that, I'm gonna start asking for some weird stuff.
Oops. All right. Shit. No. All right, I think they're sorted the way you want. What's crazy though is that we could go and say, week is 0. And then I'm using, thing froze for a second. Did you change something?
Yeah, I changed the width and height. But it shouldn't have done that much to it. Oh, I'm up in there, bro.
Oh, you're in there? Shit.
Quit touching my shit. Trying to write some code over here. Can't have people touching on my code. Sorry.
Oh, we are so close to being able to like get the multiplayer thing turned on.
All right. The thing I was doing was stupid anyway, as you were. Just gonna steal it from my other notebook. Where did I make it?
Okay. So for the events, I need to do. Oh yeah, week. So if I change the week, 2 weeks ago, doesn't look like that. Only the 0th one works. Why is that? Should be array like this. Backwards. Oh, maybe these are not sorted. Hospitals. I'll have about 18. Anyway, I thought I could make it go back in time, but I won't do that for now.
Can I?
Are you pulling the image out into your thing?
Not yet. There's one step that needs to be done, and that's that I need to modify the projection. And I'm going to do something that feels weird at first, but it'll make my life easier later, which is I'm going to put it back to a global scale and do it equirectangular so that it can be put onto a globe even though it's just the United States. But
okay.
Right now it's saying map width and map height, and we just have width and height, so let me fix that. There we go. So the dots are much smaller because we're fitting into the entire US. So right now there are 3. I'm going to make them 1 again. This is going to be blown up really big. It's going to be the width of like 4096. So this might work perfectly actually the way it is right now.
Do you... I mean, you could use the fit size, maybe?
For what?
Does it not have fit size for the... Or you need it to see the whole world?
Yes.
For your...
The reason being is that I have like satellite photos that are equirectangular, and if I want to put like a satellite photo underneath it and then have the satellite photo extrude, then it needs to be like this. So I'm going to download this, and what were you going to do while I made this 3D?
I don't know. Well, I mean, this is just like one of the metrics or one combination of metrics. Right. And so there's a lot of metrics we could look at. We could also, I kind of want to see a week per hospital somehow. I don't know. Like,
can I ask you a question? Sorry, this is not like an interesting data question, but is there any way to use alpha in these canvases, like instead of the black? Because I'd love to have like our rainbow colors on alpha in the same location that they're in right now.
Absolutely, yeah. So what we would do is instead of color scale, we just use metric normalize. And we're going to say alpha equal that. And we'll make a RGBA. And we'll make it, yeah, all the way white if it's the alpha would be solid to this one. Okay, I think that's nicer, right?
I can't see it, but I bet it is. I bet it's so much nicer.
Oh. And I want to see if I can temporarily do this. Not like that. Alright, so this let's go like this. Alright, wait, do you need something else from me from this one?
Nope, you're killing the.
Right,
well, sorry. Yeah, if you can make it rainbow real quick, that would be great.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're not doing the color scale anymore, so now I gotta do that. So.
Okay, that's not working the way I thought that it would. Oh, because I don't have the texture on it. I'm a silly boy.
Alright, so the color.
There we go. Alright, that's a little too much. It's a little excessive. That's weird. Some of them are in the ocean. That seems worrisome.
This is crazy. But you want to get that color one?
Well,
the resolution not enough for you?
The resolution is probably not enough. And it's because I typically, so when I made the width and height, I made them a quarter of the size they're supposed to be. And usually the way I get this is with observable pre-render, and then I set the browser size to be like the right one. So I don't know the right way to recreate.
There's some crazy stuff going on your screen, though.
Yeah, so I took the white and I used it as a displacement layer for just like a satellite photo, you know what I mean? But it's a little off. Like it's not, they're not exactly aligned the way they should be. And I suspect it's because our map isn't the same. It doesn't matter. If I take this color away, and you're sort of left with, let me actually, there we go. I put a little light. Everybody likes lights.
Yes, sir. All right, I want to. And R.
Yeah, so that's the United States of Hospitals of COVID. I don't know if it's telling you very much as it is.
All right, and here's where I'm gonna fork it. Because I want to see like the days, and I want to do this kind of hack thing to it. So we have learned in the course of our streaming that the more forks, the better.
Sorry, I'm going to make some other suggestions, which is we just have too many fucking hospitals. I want to show only hospitals that like are above a certain amount filled. You know what I mean?
Also, we seem to have like 150% capacity sometimes.
That sounds realistic. That sounds like COVID pandemic situation.
All right, so you could do filter the, and then events. I wish this was like a bit easier. $75. Didn't like that. Oh, if and all right, so that's filtered down to if there's 75% or more. I don't know what's up with the color scale though. Maybe we shouldn't use rainbow. What if we use... No. Color doesn't seem to change much. There we go. I think this is the colors I want. All right, these are all the like yellow ones are above 100% capacity or 75% capacity. Why is it not? If I don't filter it now, what does it look like? Maybe it shouldn't be a linear scale. No, maybe it should. I don't know. All right. So if we... I think this should actually be spelled out here so you can read it better. All right, so what do we got here? So I got better colors for you, I guess.
That's cool. Can I download them from the notebook?
Wait, they're not the. I mean, like
they're not in the same projection.
I can change the projection back.
Yeah, can you put that back? And then yes, I can totally use that.
All right, that should be. Oh, and then I changed the radius. Let me change that back.
Great.
And I think if I change it to grays, I wonder if it'll be better for your volume.
Yeah, it might be.
No. Just the...
Well, it's pretty crazy looking, I'll tell you that.
It's easier just to say... Oh, wait, and yours?
Yeah, and mine. I'm going to set the light a little better.
Okay, try downloading this white one. It's probably the same thing as you had before, actually. Alright, so I'm just going to change it back to... Oh crap, what if? What if we had metric normalized? We could say radius square root. Then we could say RV1 has the events. R would equal metric radius events. No, it shouldn't go 0 to 1. It should go 0 to some b. Metric radius 15. That's too much.
I've got this pretty crazy 3D map, but I don't know if it's helping anyone do anything.
That's a pretty nuts map. I kind of want to see it from like, yeah, the beginning of August, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
my data
exactly.
thing. It's like,
it's also kind of low resolution. That's what I want the filter. But back to my original idea. So right now it's showing all hospitals, and it just looks like a jumbled mess. But if it was showing like only hospitals that are above 70% capacity, and those were big spikes, that would be more impactful, I think, right?
yeah, we could do that. So I mean, I just turned this filter on. So this is just the bigger ones. I mean, there's always like, we don't have any base maps. We don't have a bunch of stuff that we know that we can do, right? Like I'm making them grow with their thing too. Maybe it should be, radius would be like 7. Oh shit, that looks kind of cool. So I make them small unless they're above 70. You see that?
That's interesting. I trust you. Sorry, I'm tuning 3D things, so it's hard to see.
It's all good. To me, I love this process. Like once you get your 3D stuff set up, and then like we narrow in on what we want to see. It's great. I don't know if doing the alpha like that is not right, but let's see here. Nice. All right, I am going to get this, I guess, matched up. Man, I wish I could like refork it now. Maybe I'd do that. I don't think I shared this. I'm just gonna delete this. Move this to trash. Go back here, fork this one. Killing with fire. Keep that one open. Call this number 2. So what I'm gonna do while EJ's tweaking his stuff is go through, and if it has events, I actually want to draw many events and P. It's gonna be like events dot for each. The events gotta be sorted by date. That's important. And okay. What I want is to offset each one. I'm going to loop to the events after I sort them.
All right, I'm all set for whatever you want to do once we clean up this source map a little bit. I think it's going to look pretty crazy. And we don't have to use equirectangular anymore. As long as they're the same between the color and the white map, I'm cool with it. That was a dumb experiment to do, I think. But other than that,
not worried.
I'm feeling
I
pretty
mean, that's good to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was about to try to figure out how to render these things, but I think we should do, oh no, but we do need to see the past.
Yeah, we want to have a frame of reference, right? So let's do the first timestamp to the most recent one, and we'll like put them next to each other or something.
Yeah, so I should be able to do, if I take this, I'm going to do something like this. I want to say map even just saying return the events for this hospital. All right, so this gives me a list of all the things. For 1400, oh yeah, because this is filtered the same way we're filtering these dots down here. But we're filtering on the most recent one being greater than 75. But the past ones, what we could say is, there's value D, I think. If we were to look at these, we would see the numbers. So these are the weeks going back. So that's a good sign. So we should be able to say, I want events by hospital week. So that's an object thing. That's all 1127. And if I say a week equals 1, week is 1, it can't read property of undefined. So somehow it's getting an undefined thing. Events week, I guess. All right. Okay, so that's all 1120 now. Okay, so then we shouldn't be having this problem unless we do events week.
Sure.
All right, so now we should be able to flip through the weeks. So now we're going back in time.
Did you make a new notebook?
No. Oh, yes. Shit. Sorry, guys.
Moving so fast.
Why am I in this notebook, though? I don't know. But here we are. Put this in the chat.
It's still a little crowded. I want to do the thing where we like make them not, when we like dig with the circles where they don't overlap. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I'm hearing you there. There's probably like that's where the county thing could come in.
Yeah, let's just do this in grays and let's look at what it looks like in 3D and then we can move on. But I want to see what this looks like in 3D real quick if I make the color scale grays.
All right, so make it, instead of making it grays though, let me just change it this way. I'll change the color. So also right now it's stuck on week 5 or something. We can, how do you want to do this? We should have weeks equals, just base it on some random hospital. Weeks, week equals select weeks, and we'll do import scrubber, scrubber.
Making a little time scrubber.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
And there should be a view of.
Whoa, that's kind of wild.
I guess technically we could do. This is going like.
I think they need to be circles also.
This can be arranged. One, 0 to R, oops, no, R, pi times 2. Uh, 5 required. What did I do wrong? 0 for that.
Yay!
There.
That looks crazy.
Makes it look like some of them are flying away or something, you know?
Yeah, almost all of them have little dots to the bottom right of them.
Yeah, there's something. Oh, wait, did I? No, I don't want to do that.
Are the squares behind them or something?
Yeah, I was drawing it. I was also drawing a square.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
I think that's better.
Alright, so I'm going to download this and make it 3D. And then you're going to give me a color version of this that I can use?
Yeah, we should be able to let me know when you have the color. I just bring it back to this.
Yeah, you can change it to colors whenever you want.
Okay, there's colors.
Okie dokie. Let me download that. circle dots R2 plus colors R2. We'll go into Cinema 4D and we'll make the texture that new thing that we just put onto our desktop, colors R2, copy it to the folder, hit the little render button. Everything's going to be in a slightly different place because this is a much bigger image. Yeah, there we go. All right. Whoa. That's kind of crazy looking. Let me get a different angle on it. Face it a little more head on. Something like that. And then maybe we can make it extrude more, displace more. Something like that.
Yeah, I guess we should be able to use pre-render, right?
Yeah, I also like when you give me the I need you to draw me the bubbles. Does that make sense? So like the lighter they are, the higher they are, and the problem with these is that the circles have flat tops. So I need to have like a gradient at the top of the color, you know?
I don't.
At the top of the circle. Like I could draw it for you in Photoshop.
Okay.
Photoshop. Or actually Illustrator is probably better. Illustrator. What this render will does that. Oh, thanks guys. They say it looks cool. I think it looks cool too.
Oh, I think so also. Yeah.
I just wish it was more, it looks cool, agreed. I just wish it visualized data better, you know?
Yeah, so what are we, I mean, the fact that I'm making them all so big.
Yeah, we could, the other thing is I want like
big.
this, like a much, like a ×4 resolution, which is what I do when I normally do this. I do it like 4096 by 2048, and we're at like 512 by something, so.
All right, let me do that in this other, I have a new notebook. 4096 by what?
2048, but it can be more like 4096 by like 3800 or something like that. Because that was for equirectangular, which is very, very wide. So I'm trying to draw you a little picture of what I want the tops of my circles to look like. And I want them to be a gradient, a circular, because they get higher. I want this. Does this make sense? Can you see what's on my screen?
Well, look at that. Okay, so it's a gradient. Yeah, so does that mean they should get smaller the higher they are or something?
No, because this bottom color, right now it's black, should equal whatever the value color is. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I think so, but we're using opacity?
We're using opacity right now?
I think so. Sorry, I got distracted. So height.
Would the diameter of the circle also reflect the height? Yes, that's a great idea. And I think it's sort of like that already.
Yeah, they should. They're based on the same square. Well, it's a square root scale, but I'm just gonna make it not get as big either. Where this should be like this. All right, I want here. This is gonna be the big one. Publish. Yeah.
Another notebook.
Yeah, so this one's the size you're saying. It also doesn't like grow them as ridiculously, so that you should get more.
Okay, cool. Can you make it, or I'll make it black and white and then I'll make it color again.
Yeah, here, I should do, well, we should just have a checkbox at the top or something. Or
Yeah, do you want to, right after I do this, do you want to?
black and white true. We'll move it closer to.
They're like still overlapping even though they're so small. It's crazy.
And so you'd say if black and white is this.
Hey, while you're making toggles, how do you feel about making a toggle for high res or not? I was going to do that before.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
Okay, let's see how this works. Okay. All right. I do this wrong. Weird. The displacement doesn't. Is it because it's so dark? It's because none of them are like white in that one.
What was I doing? Not width instead of width everywhere.
Do you see this extent error?
No, it's yeah, I saw it. Not sure exactly what's going on, but
I refresh and it goes away. That's fine.
All right, so now it's high res, and if I do high res, okay, that's pretty sweet. Oh, the color scale though should be.
Yeah, that seems much better.
All right, you ready? Okay, this one is good to go, I think. Oh, you already got it, or what?
I downloaded a pretty recent version. It seems like the height just doesn't, like, it's not very variable between them. I don't know if that's on my end or the color end.
It's because we normalized it, did we? Oh, it doesn't vary much because we cut it off, like, so our cutoff percent, we should have as a number up here, right? So we said cutoff percent is 75, let's say. So we filter it in various places where the cutoff percent is cutoff percent. Okay, that's not useful. So cutoff, and then radius 0 to 101. This could actually be cutoff percent to 101, and that would increase the variability. So if I say, let's see here. Yeah, this should be more more appropriate. Is the color scale, the radius. I think it should be 1. It should be kind of. That radius still too big. you try pulling from 3 again?
Totally.
I guess it being like week averages of week to week, it'd be really. I mean, if we had like a 7-day running average per day, that would be ideal, I think, right?
Yeah, well, it's hard to so it's good to have like it's better to put 2 different time periods next to each other, you know what I mean, to compare them, than, because it's hard to animate between things.
I want to make sure I'm seeing what the date is, so I'm going to say like example. Yes.
Oh yeah, that looks a lot more interesting. Yeah, that looks kind of crazy. Oh, when you make me the colors, can you also put the county, or sorry, the state outlines in with that? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
in the state. Yeah. Okay.
So
So I guess we want to have like outlines equals true.
we'll make that. I was gonna say link it in with black and white, but that works fine for me too.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, so I think I should just be able to say CTX.strokes white, begin, path, county shapes. Well, this is county. I don't think we want this, but that's crazy.
Okay, this is working a lot better. Yeah, the heights are definitely different. You can see the height represents data now. So whatever you did is a ton better than last time. Because last time it seemed like they were all sort of the same height. You could almost make their radius like twice as large now, based on what I'm seeing in 3D. Also, it's about to be 10:45, and I want to take a quick little 10-minute break at 10:50.
Okay.
Because I'm out of water.
Yeah, and stay hydrated. So I want well, if it's not black and white, draw the boundaries.
Exactly.
So there's no outlines, but this could be false.
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's dope. Actually, I'm a little bit lighter on the outlines. I'm so sorry.
Even lighter? Okay.
Yeah, like 0.1.
It's just...
Yeah,
like that?
perfect. Yes, thank you. And I'm going to make it high res, and I'm going to download it. And it's going to be fucking dope. Download. R5.
Also, yeah, so it's on like on a given week, I guess, right? Yeah. I have the date, so it's like we could...
Yeah, I want to put the date in there in 3D. Give me a second. That'd be dope.
Oh, shit.
Let's see, color, load image, desktop, colors, R5, add it.
Is the last one you sent me, by the way, on Keybase, the one that you could really see the data? Is that what you're saying?
No, not yet. I'm about to send you the... Yeah, give me 1 second. And actually, I'll make the displacement more. So they're taller. And I'll zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I haven't made it show the county lines yet, but we have the colors. and the points drawing. There we go.
I want to move it up.
Hi, let me put this 4 underneath. There we go.
I guess I should make, all right, should make a select so that it doesn't like change the code necessarily on each of us. Yes. Inputs. This does not send to, okay, it's a string. Oh, where do we use it in here? Black and white. That's frustrating. Okay. Black and white does not equal true.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's horrible. What's going on? Black and white equals true. And where's high res? Or map width and width. All right, so by default, I think we can say options. Maybe title. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Now I'm happy. Move this down. %. Move these two below. Visualization. Maybe we can say display. Yes, this could be oh, this is going backwards in time now. Shouldn't reverse. Oh, it reverses it. Okay, god damn it. Weeks equals reverse. Do that once, so forward in time. All right, that's our input. Okay, so where are we at? You're generating stuff right now, or
yeah, I'm trying to find a middle ground where I show the state lines without showing the background, but it's not working out great for me right now, personally. So I can get it to show the state lines, but then you see the like black behind it, or I can get rid of that. I don't know. I need to take a little break and then come back to it, and I bet I'll figure it out in like 10 seconds. But I'll send you a screenshot of where I'm at. Oh, my cat says I need to take a break too. Meow. 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 Just a tiny bit of luminance based on colors R5. Yes. Right. Oh, that's interesting looking. All right. Like I said, I need a little break.
Okay.
We'll be back in like 9-10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Make some more 3D stuff. I really want to get like we have all the visuals lined up. I want to get the data viz angle to it. Like think about our final graphic and sort of execute on it when we get back, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good way to we could recalibrate, talk through what that is, and that's kind of like our plating, right? Like we've been.
Oh, well put. Yes. I agree with that. Yeah, we've cooked up. Everything's pretty tasty, but yeah, let's figure out how to put it all together. It's also plating and sequencing, right? So like we don't want to serve the dessert first, so we got to figure out exactly how to go about that.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at the game that's forever. You can't look at the game the same way as it was played.
Got it, girl, you got it. Got it, girl, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. Got it, girl, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. Got it, girl, you got it. You got it, girl, you got it. Got it, girl, you got it.
Yep. Yep.
Break this down. 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 Pew, 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 pew.
And we're live. We're back. It's the second half, sort of. It's the last hour of Coding with Fire. We're playing with some COVID hospitalization data and trying to make a graphic that sort of shows the difference between, I guess it's August and now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's in August and now. Weekly hospital, like, occupancy, ICU hospital occupancy.
So
Trying to make it.
what's the one that we're showing already? Because I want to add some text in 3D that sort of labels what this is. And then I want to talk about, the other thing I'd love to do is like make a little legend of the heights, you know what I mean? So that we can label the heights too in 3D.
Yes, that would be great too.
And my cat's here.
Nice.
It's cold out. He's trying to find a good spot. Oh god.
I think if we set it to be extent should be like what we're actually doing is cutoff percent. I'm going to leave this the same, change that if we wanted it.
Oh my god, I just realized what I'm doing wrong.
I don't know what I just did wrong. I made all the dots disappear. What have I done?
I figured it out. I knew that a little break would help. Sometimes, you ever had the, you know what I mean? You're like running into a problem and you're like, if I was just a little bit smarter, I could figure this out. And really what you mean is that if you were just had a little break and had a fresh mind, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah. Or in my case, my break did not help me. Wait, you didn't change something in this, right? I don't think you did in the notebook.
No, I haven't changed anything. But, so sorry, with this first shot that we did, what are we showing?
Like what's on the screen, like what's in this visualization?
Yeah, like what's the date, I guess I'm asking.
Oh yeah, so the date is, it's like that week. That's the week the data was collected.
Yeah, but which week?
Oh, I don't know. What did you download it at? It's like the scrubber.
Oh, god damn it.
But,
Let me
I mean, we
look.
can, you can get the example.
It was whatever the
collection.
base, it's 2020 731.
So do you want me to render it in Canvas somehow, or?
2020, no. I just want to know it, so I can label it here. There we go.
11/27.
27?
Wait, what did?
2020
Did you download it?
731. That's the first one in this array.
Oh, the first one, the very first one.
That's what I downloaded.
Yes. Okay. I don't know why I broke my color scale one. It's supposed to be. Use color scale. Alpha. Oops. Magic radius. So magic radius based on. Impressions over extent. But it's just the color that I've totally font. Normalize. And that should all be fine. What did I call the? This will be extent. So, so that would be what the color scale is. But it's not seeming to be rendering the color scale. What is alphametric normalize? Nice box. Cannot read ICU beds used 7 days undefined given the value D. So sometimes D does not exist. So I'm going to check events P. And then events week. No. Value function should check. Why does it do that? If not D, return. Alright, so doesn't seem right though. I return. Doesn't seem to make a difference. It's black and white is fine. What have I done? So events, oh, okay, I can do this too, where I have this in hospitals filter thing. I had a thing where I was like filtering down all the events. Here it is. So this should be cutoff percent the way we have it. And then you can have this. Return. It has all of those. What is projection? Do you? So you don't need the equilateral or whatever.
No, I don't
it
need
was,
the
right?
equirectangular projection anymore.
Okay. Okay. And then
And what's the date of the most recent one?
It's 11/27, so 2020. November 27.
All right.
So value events week should show up. Oh, 75s, 76s. So then it should be able to say that would be equal value. And I want metric normalize be highest. Alright, there we go. Alright, so they're all really dark. I'll just move like that. So that doesn't seem right. I think it should be extent. Where'd everything go? So normalize that. This is what extent. What's wrong with extent? Extent equals infinity. What the hell does that mean? Why is the extent infinity? That's crazy. Oh, it could be 0 when it divides by it. The value function. So this is 0. This is total. I don't know. It's cheating. How does that work? Or we could say if this is used, not used equal that. Total is less than used. Total is equal to used. Still broken. What have I done?
Yeah, what have you been up to? I've been distracted in 3D world.
3D World sounds fun.
It's all right.
I don't know what I like. I broke my color rendering somehow.
I noticed that actually.
And it looks like the alpha is messed up. What am I doing wrong with my... Do I not all have... If we didn't multiply 100, we wouldn't need to metric normalize it. Oh, maybe that's what's being... Well, so this goes from the extent. The extent is 0 to 100 now. Mouse it to 0 to 1. I don't think we want to mess with that. So this will just be a 0 to 1. Percent. Set the size instead. This. I don't really get to 100. Okay. What if our cutoff percent were like 0.5? %50 capacity. Okay. Okay, my colors are back. I don't know what I did.
Yay!
I got the code working somehow, magically. All right. Okay. So I think we should use this combination.
Yes. Is the radius affected by the data?
Only slightly. I think I'm...
Can it be a lot more?
Okay. Is that too, like, overlapping?
The small ones are too big now, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is that okay? The big one's too big?
I think that's probably fine.
Like that?
Yeah, the problem is there's just not that big a difference between these two. What are we showing hospitals with greater 0.5 greater than this occupancy? So more than 50%?
Mm-hmm.
0.8. How come they get lighter as they get more?
Oh, because the color map is scaled to 0. If I did
What's
it
this
to...
color? I'm not a fan of this color scheme. Where do you set that? Oh, I see.
So we could color it by that.
So these are all hospitals with greater than 90%? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So you're telling
Yeah.
me in July there were this many hospitals with ICU above 90%?
Um, yeah, I believe that's the case. Did I mess it up?
ICUs deal with more than COVID, Helen Earth says. That makes sense. But isn't the whole point of what's happening now that ICUs are overwhelmed? Can I get a dot
Thanks.
length on this? Whatever it's showing.
Yeah, did I change something?
I changed the cutoff percent to be extraordinarily high.
But even so, did I? Okay, so you changed it to be really high. So these are all, that's what we're looking at. All right, and the color scale, and normalize one. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Metric, normalize. It goes for the whole extent, so it's going from 0 to 100. Okay, what I want to do is a cutoff extent thing for the color here. Where do we use metric normalize?
So Helen Earth is saying that like ICUs often run at 90%, and that like that's how hospitals. But then how isn't the whole point of this data to show where hospitals are over? Like, isn't that what that Alexis Madrigal tweet was about? I'm gonna pull that up again.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to look harder at the metrics that we're using.
I agree with
We
that.
haven't tried anything other than the one that we started with. So
let me pull up his stuff and see which like elements they're using.
and part of it too, I think, is that like the value calculation I'm doing, there's like a value function here. Like I make an assumption about the total unused, right? Like I should comment this out.
He's showing percent inpatient beds COVID-19 occupancy from August 7th to November 7th, and that blows up. So is there an inpatient beds COVID-19 occupancy? Or
Yeah,
ICU beds COVID-19? That's the one. ICU beds COVID-19 occupancy. We're just using plain old.
Where to see that? ICU patient confirmed.
ICU beds COVID-19.
I don't see COVID.
ICU patients confirmed influenza. Is there an ICU patients confirmed?
Staffed ICU adult patients confirmed COVID.
7-day average, but that seems right.
Hey, staffed adult ICU bed occupancy. What is that number? 9.6 mean. Right, so the legend cutoff extent 0.9. So all of these are just basically 100, I think, is what happened. Is it here? I wonder if it's the ones. the default. Oops. I think there's just a bunch that are at like 100% because I did this little trick thing. So if I do that and not, no, that didn't change anything.
I mean, that changed something for me. Like, there's no months where it's above 92 until now.
Oh,
It's kind of wild, actually. That's kind of not what I want to see, but the result I was
no, I think
expecting
there's
to
something
see.
else going on. It's like it's not showing anything if it's not now. That's what like not this example, but this one. No, this is showing stuff. There's just nulls in there.
That's what I'm saying. If I reduce the cutoff percent to like 20, then you get a bunch in the first few months that are not big. What's the R decided by now? It seems like the R changes dramatically between 11:13 and 11:30, 20. For all of them.
Shit, what did I do? That's gonna be. Longitude undefined. Alright, what have I done now? I filtered array.
What is the R based on? This shit makes no sense to me. R is metric radius value events week.
Yes, so events would be.
Why does the R get suddenly enormous for like the last two slices? And now everything's gone.
Yeah, I know, I broke everything. What have I done? I'm trying to base off the filtered. P should be. It's got a bunch of things, so that's fine. And then this should have an events somewhere. Events is one thing though. It's events week. So that's not right. Filter should be events. Let me close that. It should be t.v. Okay, still not showing. I don't think we need that. statements. Why? Filter.v. Let me just look. Filter.map. Okay, so I'm getting a bunch of the numbers I would expect to get. Oh, but they're all very dark. I mean, there should be some that are getting lighter. Yeah. They're sorted like we wanted, right? So.
Yes, but Ian, I'm sorry. The greatest mystery is why does the R change as you swipe the slider? It doesn't make any sense. Can you just go and do it so I can see that you know what I'm talking about? Just go slide the slider from start to finish.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
And then at the
They
last one, it
disappear
gets
except
big.
for the end.
There you go. Why?
I'm not sure that it's the radius. I think it's just like not rendering stuff.
No, I see them on my screen. They're rendering at 1 pixel.
Oh, okay. So what we can do is have the radius just be. We don't care about the radius changing, right?
I mean, yeah, I do for the white one. And this needs to match that.
Wait, we use the radius. All right, so why was the radius the metric?
Yes, that's what I've been asking for the last 10 minutes. Why is the radius all messed up?
Oh, well, so it's based on the extent. I guess we could do it on the cutoff extent. Would that make sense? And R. Is that better?
I mean, they don't have any size.
Small.
I guess they do a little bit.
Now the smallest dots are pretty small.
Where's the scale? Where's the R scale? Metric radius?
Yeah, we could move it up.
I got it. 2.5.
You got it.
1 to 10. The problem is they're all in metro areas, and so what we should have done is the fucking force layout.
Yeah, we could also like attach them to their counties and like some over there.
Yeah, you do want to do that, maybe. I thought it would be so cool to do the individual hospitals, but there's just so many, it's really hard to deal with. Do you want to do a county map of how overwhelmed the hospitals are per county? But then we have to summarize all the hospitals in a county and shit, dude.
That's pretty easy because they have FIPS codes.
Okay, so do you want to... Can you still use the cutoff percent and like figure out the total number of hospitals in a county that exceed that cutoff percent?
Mm-hmm.
Because then we're cooking with fire.
You know how to use counties. All right, so share this with you. Publish this. All right, so then with our filtered ones, what we really want is to group these into by their FIPS codes, I think. So filtered by county equals D3 dot group. We'll do group first. Filtered D3 dot FIPS. All right, so there's like 100 counties, right? And so in each of these counties, there's the value on that thing, right? Like whatever we calculate our value function to be.
Where are you? Oh, you made a new notebook again?
I made a new notebook. Let me republish this. Yeah.
It's hard to keep up.
Shit, I did 6 instead of 4. Hello, Ivy.
There you go.
Skipping ahead. Growth hacking.
Growth hack. Use Roman numerals and mix them up.
Yeah.
Growth hack.
All right. So let's see here. Where am I grouping? So I was going to group them here. Filter by county. In the county. Oh yeah, I want to look at the value function. Where's my value? So this is like pretty high up here. We should move this color legend import far down. All right, so the value, this is basically calculating the ICU over the total, but we said we might want to use a couple of different metrics. We can try that out, but this is where you'd change it. This is basically how you say we're going to calculate what's going on. Then we're filtering the hospitals, cutting off, we're using this cutoff percent to say like only things where it's above this, this value. Yeah, and then we calculate the value here. I think we should spell it out as value. And now we're going to group that by, but this is tricky. We kind of want the value to be like, we want to do the averaging after the fact, right? So it's like,
yeah. No, we need to write for every hospital. We need to calculate our metric, and then we need to just feed that metric into the county, whether that's averaging or total.
Yeah, so I think we can do this. We can say if we said something like I'll just v dot length. But let's say like used would be t3 dot sum ev, like whatever our metric is for where are the metrics used. And this would be total bed metric. These as like separate variables, I guess. So now there's an object. Okay, we probably need some more information, like it's E0. Oh. That gives us the hospital. Yeah, that gives us all the metadata we need. So filter by county, I guess that will use the latitude and longitude. Oh yeah, but we'll use like the county centroid or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
So what we want.
Wait, sorry, what? Wait, what? What are you doing?
You want to summarize these by counties, right?
Yes. And then I'm going to visualize them as counties.
Right. So then we just need the FIPS code then.
Yes, sir.
So we have numbers. Like, so we add up all the used beds and the total beds, right?
Yes.
For the county.
Yes. And then we know, yeah, exactly. And then we know the percentage of COVID-filled ICU beds from different dates.
Yeah. Okay. but I made them. Oh yeah, d.value. No, I don't want d. What is d? I want filtered by county. So I'm actually gonna. Well, let's see. Now we need to render county shapes, I think.
Yeah, when was the last time we used?
Let's d.id. So it's what did we just call these? Filtered by county.get. So this would be HD, I guess. And we get rid of all of this stuff. And this would be HD dot used over HD dot total.
What?
There's no P, so we're gonna. Oops. Add D. County shapes. Why is it county shapes?
I added that so you can try your counties. Question mark?
Oh, but it's already
It's already in there.
it's already in there, so it broke it.
Well, never mind. I am deleting it.
Because I imported it from somewhere. Another notebook that we had.
Done. It should not be defined more than once. And yet it is. Why is that? Oh, because I see, okay, got it. Filtered by county is not defined.
That's my bad. Used undefined. Whoa!
That's pretty wild looking.
I think it's this color scale as well.
So there's definitely more. Yeah, I don't know. Oops, fuck. That seems right. I mean, it like blows up. It just is not that big a change over. Like, I don't really understand. Are we still not using the COVID indicators? This is just the same one.
I think we're just using the thing. So what we should do is say like used equals right now. Oops. Used. Look like that. And this will be total. That's used. think that the cutoff of the color should maybe not be adaptive the way it is. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
so that should just be extent. Oh, but extent is infinite again. What's going on? There is.
I mean, that shows a crazy increase in the past 2 weeks, basically, which is right.
Yeah, but what did I do wrong? Okay, yeah, the extent's fixed now. What? I don't know. All right, so it goes from 0 to 1.4. That's kind of crazy. Where's the extent? 0 to 1.5. Normalized. Is the color normalized when we do it? Here. So yeah, we normalize it. But if we didn't, I think I made it more accurate.
It definitely gets warmer and then blows up in the last 2 weeks, which again is accurate to the data. It almost seems like last week was worse than this week, though, kind of. But there's definitely a lot of hospitals at maximum capacity. It's hard
Yeah,
to.
it can go.
This is like super difficult to like. It's what I expected is that the story that we've been told, or that we would understand from the data, is that ICU rates, like that's the percentage of ICU beds that are filled. What I understood is that normally they're relatively low, and that what we're scared of is ICU beds getting filled to like 90 and 95% capacity. But what I'm looking at, it doesn't seem like, at least from August till now, there's been a big difference in ICU bed capacity. Like, especially if you like filter it by 9, like it's like all over the country, and it like changes every week. Like it doesn't grow in the way that you would necessarily expect it to. Geographic, like we know what the spread looks like cases and hospitalizations. We already know what that looks like from our CMU stuff, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do interpolate grays, and I'll pull this into 3D, and let's make a 3D county chart because we haven't done that yet. So where's color scale?
You don't need to change color. Just use the black and
Oh,
white
right, there's a
toggle.
button. I forgot. Black and white. True. Great. High res. True. Yay. This is R7. And then we want our colors back. Black and white. False. Sick. I think this might actually turn out kind of cool. Colors. Oh, what? I have it for 2020 0807 for no reason. I should have done this for 2020 1127. True. Download. All right. Yes, so it's graphic 2. Let's not even show this first one. Graphic 1. Great. So displacement will be based on the one that we just downloaded, which is R8. Yes. And then the color will be based on R8 color.
think turbo. Well, I wish it was more daily. I feel like that or something is.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought this would turn out cooler. The like height of the black and white one, they're like not the
Since it's all
heights.
just like
Yeah, the heights aren't really variable enough. But
it
again, I'm
doesn't.
not sure if that's on my end or on the pre-process. I mean, they are different.
Well, okay, how is it possible? Yeah, I have a lot of counties where it's like used is very close to the total. And we're just dividing by those two.
But yeah, most of them, if it's shown, it's like at its max. Like there's not a lot of ones that are shown that are small, I guess. I guess that's what we expect.
Yeah. Oh, because that 0.9.
Yeah, exactly.
So you did like 0.6, something crazy.
Yeah, maybe it's, we don't want the, sorry, we only want the cutoff when we're in color. So do cutoff percent like 0.1 for black and white. Great, love it. And then I'll download. R9. All right.
It looks like there's just data missing some days for some counties. I mean, the COVID tracking project said that they're working on this.
All right, that's better. At least
found-
there's some height differences that are visible here, because we were missing that
Oh, yeah.
before.
Is your screen?
Yeah, I'm re-rendering. Give me a second. So yeah, they're highlighted in green if they're above 90% capacity, but they're still, the height is still controlled by their capacity. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The right way to frame this, something like that. Staffed beds. How on earth this would be interesting to check.
Okay. Yeah, so we need kind of the numerator and denominator, which I guess is the used and total. I kind of named them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we could like switch out, like we could say all beds, for example. Shit, where's my example? Example equals this. So we put this, sorry, I broke everything here. Total staffed adults ICU beds, or was there a staffed adult COVID? Say total beds, period. And then COVID hospitalized confirmed burden system staffed IC. Oh Jesus! What the hell? Oh no! I hate when the mouse makes your page go back. All right. So used is going to be some crazy long thing. I need to figure out how to get it to work. Look at my example. I say example 0.ha. What are the COVID-19? This is handy. 7-day average total was pediatric. Staff. ICU confirmed as suspected. Staffed ICU adult. ICU bed.
Staffed
occupant.
ICU adult patients confirmed COVID 7-day sum, says Helen Arthus.
Okay, so that will be. Is that the used? Yeah. Let me just double check.
Yeah, he says looking at the sum and not the average.
Okay, so it should not be like I have an average for the denominator right now. Total ICU, so I want something else. Dot total bed 7-day sum. Okay. Well. It kind of shows more. Is this right? So our filtered array should show us. Let me see, wait, their values. If we say filtered dot we're at the 0.1 later. It's the red. That's strange. If these are red, I feel like this isn't quite right. So I want to see my filtered by county again, I guess. How is that total filtered by county? Oh, this is why. Use total. Damn. Alright. So they're all like really low capacity, I guess, because look at the filtered values. Most of them are there, but they're all 0.01. I make the cutoff. There's only 200 of them. They're very low values. And I think it's because the total beds, maybe there's a different thing. Dot ICU beds used. Maybe that's better. So like how many are COVID out of the ICU beds?
Yeah, that's great. That's exactly what we want.
Background. We still have an opacity on these? Oh yeah, there is an opacity on them. What is the opacity? Okay, so that, I see. Black and white is that. I think it should be. So what do you think about when it's color mode, it doesn't use opacity, like it's solid. But if it's black and white, it uses opacity. How does that? So instead of turbo, if we put it back to not sure mechanical. Hot. What do you think? Where are we at? You're rendering something?
Yeah, I'm just I'm playing around with this. I'm trying to get it to look cool. Are you ready with a new base map in color?
I think so. Should I have added a legend? I feel like
That would have been
forgot
great,
to
but
do.
I'm going to download this now. Hospital dots R10. And then black and white false. Great. And then we'll download R10 colors. So, displacement, desktop, R10, and color will be desktop, R10 colors. Yes. Whoa, that's way more beautiful.
Okay, so how on earth this has selected these things?
Oh, that's way better, my dude. That's so much better. You've done
Yeah.
incredible work. Like, the impact is like fucking night and day, dude.
What did we do? We fixed choosing the right metrics and calculating them properly. That's good.
It also seems like your height scale improved. Like, things seem a little bit more different, and I think the colors go a long way as well.
All right, I also want to see what how on earth this is suggesting. Yeah, the hospital PKs aren't always numbers. They're like these UUIDs or some crazy thing. Total staff, adults, ICU, 7 days. So I'm going to do like a couple of these. So should I change the used and total to be numerator denominator? That seems like it'd be.
All right, dude, I'm really excited. This turned out, I was a little bummed up until a minute ago because this is exactly what I saw in my brain.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see.
check that out.
This will give you a denominator. Where am I checking it out?
In Keybase, I just dropped you a screenshot.
Oh my god. It's gonna look like candy.
Yeah, it does look like candy, right?
Damn, you even get the date up in there?
I'm going to take from another angle now. And then it is 12:08, and I do have a deadline this week on Thursday, so I'm going to have to head out soon, even though I would totally do this all night. Because it
That's
looks
great.
pretty crazy looking.
Why do I keep doing this? Okay. Oh no, that's fine. Filtered is 0. What are the... Nans. Oh, so I think that this number is not working. So staff isn't available for enough of them, maybe? Staff, I see. Alright. But I think, okay, I'm going to republish this, and then folks can fork this. I'll put it in the chat again. How on earth does it want to fork it and choose different metrics as well? For the numerator and denominator, I try to make that a little clearer. That's what that's going to do.
Yeah, and if anybody makes a really cool static one, I'll make a 3D version of it.
Yeah.
Hell on Earth is asked if this is Blender, and it is Cinema 4D. I'm sure Blender could do the same thing, but I did not take the time to learn it, and I did take the time to learn Cinema. So, that's what I use. Ian's talked about using Blender on the show before, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something I'd eventually like to try out. I don't know, on the show or try it offline and see if I can get the workflow, because there is it has Python scripting, and so there's some sense that if I could figure out how to do some of the stuff that you're doing, or if you could figure out the equivalent, the scripting of the geometry from data, using exporting something from observable, and then it might be kind of similar to how we script our 2D visualizations. But we're always kind of looking at the interplay, right, between the tools, and that's what you always point out. And I think that's right now, we're doing a good cycle.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. We're working on two very different tools, but it's all in the same data set, and it's working towards the same result, right?
Mm-hmm.
And plus, it's just fun to watch things render. This side view is looking super candy. I added a tiny bit of glow to it, and it goes a long way, I feel like.
I mean, now that we've done this workflow too, well, how about this? Can we... I mean, you said you have to sign off, so I understand that. But
It's almost 12:30.
But like, couldn't this be like a 3D side view, like cool
Yeah.
looking thing?
Yeah,
And
but
like
the problem is
very,
the circles make it hard. Like, what's cool about this is the county shapes let you get away with some kind of weirdness, you know what I mean? But
okay. I mean, we can. I think that could be for another night, right? Like this
for
is
sure, I love this 3D. Like, I want to
like
keep
great.
doing this. You get a real big bang for your buck once you get some shadows and some stuff going.
Yeah, we certainly made a few notebooks here too.
Like, check out this latest one. I'll drop it in Keybase in 1 second. Check this out. Like, this is crazy looking.
Damn. Let me pull that out. That is crazy.
I'm trying to add depth of field, but it's not working great for me.
I can just, but yeah, like, I mean, with the COVID rates too, though, right? The cases
Yeah.
would be like
Oh yeah, we have
crazy.
better county data. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, this is our first pass of this data set. I think other people are going to be taking, you know, working with it, doing, helping figure it out. And if, you know, we can adjust the metrics we choose or fix some calculations or something, understand more about the data set in time, we can always update this and run an animation. So
It's funny how addicted I am though. Like, I can't really stop. Now that we have this like Candy 3D United States going.
I mean, I don't have to stop.
I just want to get depth of field working. I don't know why it's not working. Depth of field.
I need to make sure I'm gonna add all these to our collection. Let's see, so fork of 3. 3 is a fork of 2. I think I have 1. Publish you, that's fine. I mean, who knows how wrong or not this one is. 2. Make you part of season 2.
Oh, I forgot I can use an isometric camera. I have to turn everything because it's in the wrong direction.
There's something fun, like your cinematographer right now.
Yeah, this is the fun part of DataViz where you're like framing, right? You're like deciding the right way to show it. The ISO is kind of fun. I kind of wish they were less glowy luminance. All right, I think this is my last render. That was a
Alright,
fun,
man.
a fun experiment. It looks really cool with the ambient occlusion and stuff on. I'm gonna send you an updated version of the last graphic. But now that we know what's possible, I think we should spend some time offline thinking like the best application for this. Because we tried both a new data set and a new visualization technique like at the same time. So maybe if we use this with a data set that we know a little better, then yeah, Hell on Earth, this is like cases versus staffing numbers, things like that. But that's like like we talked about offline is like sometimes that data analysis munging is like not the best stream. So maybe we can do some of that off stream and come back with like exactly the right data set and metric to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
The isometric turned out kind of crazy though. All right. Well, thank you to everybody for hanging out. Do you want
Do you want to do a recap?
Oh,
Or should I do it? How should we do it?
yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, go for it. I don't know if we like did a recapable thing necessarily. I don't feel done with this, I guess.
Yeah, but I think we can still say what we like, where we started and where we got to. I think it's a.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go for it. Start right now.
No, wait, no,
You don't
I'm
get-
not ready.
You know?
I'll open all the tabs again. I have them. And I'll just like go back through the tabs. And this tweet. See, this looks like there's like real things going on.
That's what
We
I'm
can figure out,
saying.
like,
Ours
what-
doesn't really like the before. I want to remake this, but in 3D. Like I want the before and after, but in 3D. And we did not accomplish that, and I'm upset.
Yeah, so we'll have to look a little harder at that. But let's. I'll do the recap because we did get to a place and we did a lot of things along the way.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it. All right. So we tried. We found out about this data set that got released today, I believe, about hospital utilization, ICU beds, that kind of stuff, from the healthdata.gov, I think. And we pulled it into a notebook, parsed it. There's 4,900 hospitals. Ran it through a geocoding service to get the latitude, longitudes, and so then you can basically see that for each of the hospitals, there's 18 weeks of data, so each thing is a week. And we tried to visualize that, so we drew the hospitals on the map. We made it so you could, I think in the next one, yeah, there's like a scrubber, so you could hit play.
You made so many notebooks tonight.
Yeah, we made a lot of notebooks tonight. The next one, we had dots, and we were messing with like changing the cutoff. And that was so that we also had a black and white version because you were bringing it into 3D,
Right.
which ends up looking like this
I think it turned out pretty cool.
from this notebook. Yeah. So this is interesting. We didn't quite, we had to play with the metrics we chose. We have to understand the data set a little better. We have a great pipeline to go from, our SVG.
Now we know how to do it. Yeah, I mean, like, I
Yeah,
think it's really,
to-
like, once we got it down, it's super quick to update, but I think we got to figure out how to use that pipeline in the right way.
Yeah. So next time we will probably do that. Probably look at cases and stuff, which is something we've visualized a bunch of times. Try that out and see what else we can learn about this data set. So that was really cool. Thanks for everyone for joining us.
Yep. That was perfect. All right, cool. Well, thanks to Hell on Earth's and Blue Radon and our new chat people, Arrow, everybody for hanging out. We really appreciate you guys. I guess, I don't know, we'll tell you the next time we're hanging out. you know, it's probably in a week or so. I think it's going to be the season finale, and we have a special guest, but I'll have to double check the facts on that.
We might have a couple more. I think we have, probably this weekend, probably another one.
I think there's like two
yeah.
more. It's either two more or one more.
I think it's two more. I think we got a couple in us.
All
It's
right.
going to be fun.
I'm exhausted. It's been a long week for me.
Yeah. We'll get some rest in between now and then.
All right.